Every once in a while, I like to look at the classics. And this week, I'm going to be looking at a classic by Francine Rivers. No, it's not the one that you're thinking of. Stay tuned for this week's episode and see which book I'm talking about. Hi, this is Terri Gillespie, and welcome to Book Pre-Review, the books I'm excited to read. And as I said earlier, this is a classic, and I'm really excited about reading it because I've never read it before. In fact, I'd never heard of it before. But this is a book called Bridge to Haven, a novel. And then in quotation mark or parentheses, it says a riveting historical Christian fiction romance set in the 1950s Hollywood. And it is by New York Times, USA Today, and Publishers Weekly bestselling and award-winning author Francine Rivers. And I can't wait to see her new movie, Redeeming Love. This book is available on hardcover, paperback, audio CD, and eBook. And it was released in, looks like 2014, maybe that may have been a re-release, but it is still up there in great numbers. It has great numbers. So the genre is historical Christian romance, religious historical fiction, and Christian historical romance. And the author's website is francinerivers.com. And that popped up on your screen thanks to my husband. But don't worry, now that it's gone. It is also in the description section. And on your way to the description section, if you notice that subscribe button is red, that either means you're a brand new viewer, which is welcome, or you just haven't subscribed yet. So if you would, I appreciate clicking on that button and subscribing so that you can keep in touch and follow my three series: book pre-review, book review, and author highlight, where I actually interview authors, and also those authors give away some pretty cool stuff. So I appreciate that. So here is the bio excerpt for Francine Rivers. New York Times bestselling author Francine Rivers had a successful writing career in the general market for several years before becoming a born-again Christian. She then wrote Redeeming Love as her statement of faith, a retelling of the biblical story of Gomer and Hosea set during the time of the California Gold Rush. Redeeming Love is now considered by many to be a classic work of Christian fiction, and I would agree with that. And it continues to be one of the industry's top-selling titles year after year. Since Redeeming Love, Francine has published numerous best-selling novels with Christian themes, including the masterpiece Bridge to Haven and A Voice in the Wind, and she has continued to win both industry acclaim and reader loyalty around the world. Her Christian novels have been awarded or nominated for various honors, and in 1997, after winning her third RITA Award for Inspirational Fiction, Francine was inducted into the Romance Lifetime Achievement Award from American Christian Fiction Writers. Francine's novels have been translated into over 30 languages, and she enjoys bestseller status in many foreign countries. Francine and her husband live in Northern California and enjoy time spent with their grown children and grandchildren. She uses her writing to draw closer to the Lord, and she desires that through her work she might worship and praise Jesus for all he has done and is doing in her life. Isn't that great? And that really comes through in her writing. It really does. Now this is the publisher's note for A Bridge to Haven. In this riveting saga of temptation, grace, and unconditional love, the New York Times bestselling author of Redeeming Love and the Masterpiece delivers big canvas storytelling at its very best. To those who matter in the 1950s Hollywood, Lena Scott is the hottest rising star to hit the silver screen since Marilyn Monroe. Few know her real name is Abra. Even fewer know the price she's paid to finally feel like she's somebody. To Pastor Ezekiel Freeman, Abra will always be the little girl who stole his heart the night he found her, a wailing newborn, abandoned under a bridge on the outskirts of Haven. Zeke and his son Joshua, Abra's closest friend, watch her grow into an exotic beauty. But Zeke knows the circumstances surrounding her birth have etched scars deep in her heart. Scars that leave her vulnerable to a fast-talking charmer who lures her to Tinseltown. Hollywood feels like a million miles from Haven, and naive Abra quickly learns what's expected of an ambitious girl with stars in her eyes. But fame comes with a devastating price. She has burned every bridge to get exactly what she thought she wanted. Now all she wants is a way back home. Can't wait to start reading that. You can purchase Bridge to Haven, a novel, at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, BookBub, christianbook.com, and at your local retailers. And if it's not on the shelf at your bookstore, what do? We ask for it. Politely, but we ask for it. Now, I will be reviewing these. My book pre-reviews, I do review them eventually, and they will be on applicable sites like Amazon, BookBub, Barnes & Noble, Goodreads, Books A Million, NetGalley, and christianbook.com. And also in the links section are links to my website where you can subscribe to my newsletter and you get 2 free gifts. And also you can check out the books that I have written, which I'd appreciate that. Also, if you could follow and subscribe and like the various social media icons that are appearing down below, I'd sure appreciate that. It's a great way to keep in touch with me because I love to keep in touch with my readers and viewers. So that's about it for this week. There'll be another new book next week. In the meantime, God bless and keep reading. Yep. Keep reading.